Alright, let's get into it. Welcome everyone to a journey unlike any other. We're about to dive deep, head first, into the heart and soul of a land that's as complex as it is beautiful. This isn't just a tour, it's a countdown adventure. 5 of Israel's most exotic, most powerful, most unique cultural destinations. We're talking about places that have shaped history, places that pulse with an energy you have to feel to believe. I'm talking about the kind of raw, unfiltered experience that stays with you long after you've left. So, get ready. We're about to pull back the curtain on this incredible land. This journey is all about revealing the hidden stories, the vibrant traditions that are the lifeblood of this place. We kick off our countdown at number 5 with a place of profound tranquility and immense power, the Sea of Galilee. Now, you might know it by its other name, Lake Kinneret. Look at this place. It's not an ocean, it's a freshwater lake. Don't let its size fool you. The weight of history here is heavier than any mountain. This is the largest freshwater lake in Israel. It's the beating heart of the north, a source of life-giving water for the entire nation. Its shores have been a cradle of civilization for thousands of years. You can feel a certain kind of energy coming off these waters. It's a spiritual significance that you can't ignore. For Christians, this is hallowed ground. This is where the Bible says, Jesus walked on water, calmed the storm, delivered the Sermon on the Mount. You can almost hear the echoes of those stories in the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore. Pilgrims from every corner of the globe come here to connect with that history. For centuries, Jewish mystics and scholars flocked to the nearby city of Tiberias. You can still feel that legacy today in the ancient synagogues and the quiet courtyards. Look around at the communities that dot the shoreline. Ancient fishing villages still operate much as they did 2,000 years ago. Fishermen head out at dawn to cast their nets. Then there are the kibbutzim, pioneering collective communities. The food here tells a story too. The famous St. Peter's fish, pulled from the lake and grilled to perfection. Eating that on the shores of the Galilee is more than a meal. Alright, from the freshwater heart of the north, we travel down, way down, to the lowest point on the face of the earth. Our number 4 spot is a natural wonder so unique, it feels like another planet, the Dead Sea. Let that name sink in. The Dead Sea. This isn't a sea for swimming, it's a sea for floating. The water here is nearly 10 times saltier than the ocean, creating a natural buoyancy that is an experience you will never, ever forget. Just look at this landscape. It's stark, it's primal. You have the shimmering turquoise water set against the rugged reddish-brown mountains of the Judean desert. The salt crystallizes along the shore, forming incredible otherworldly sculptures. There's no fish, no plants living in this water, hence the name. But what it lacks in life, it makes up for in healing. For thousands of years, people have come here for its therapeutic properties. A natural spa since the time of King David and Cleopatra. The black mud found on the shores of the Dead Sea is legendary. It's packed with minerals, magnesium, calcium, potassium, all the good stuff. Yeah, you look a little crazy, but afterward, your skin feels incredible. Dotted along the coast are world-class resorts. Just a stone's throw away, the caves of Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. You have Israelis, you have Jordanians on the other shore. You have tourists from every country imaginable all floating together. The Dead Sea is shrinking. It's a fragile ecosystem, and the modern world is taking its toll. When you visit, you're a witness to a critical moment. Now, we climb. We leave the lowest place on earth and ascend to the highest ideals of courage and freedom. Coming in at number 3, Masada. Look at this place. A flat-topped mountain rising like a titan in the Judean desert overlooking the Dead Sea. Isolated and intimidating. A stage for one of history's most dramatic stories. A symbol of defiance. Built by Herod the Great. Lavish palaces, storehouses, ingenious water cisterns. But its fame comes later. The Sicarii and their families took refuge here. Nearly 1,000 people held out against thousands of Roman soldiers. Romans built camps, a siege wall, and a massive earthen ramp. You can still see its outline today. Silent testament to the will of attackers and defenders. When the end neared, Eleazar ben Yair spoke. He urged death over slavery. They made a pact. They chose their own fate. When Romans breached the walls, they found silence. Masada's story is woven into Israel's soul. New IDF soldiers swore, "Masada shall not fall again." It shapes modern identity, resilience, refusal to surrender, the price of freedom. Climbing Masada at sunrise is a pilgrimage. You can take the cable car or hike the snake path in pre-dawn darkness. Step by step, you feel the history. At the summit, the sun breaks over the mountains and the Dead Sea. Ruins come alive. Tourists watch in awe. Explore the top, ancient synagogue, storehouses that sustain them, bathhouses, palace rooms with faded mosaics, a small community frozen in time. Masada is where history, culture, and national identity are forged. It's challenging and emotional. It forces big questions about freedom and survival. A raw, powerful story of courage that will never be forgotten. We now arrive in a city that needs no introduction. A city that is the very epicenter of faith for billions. Jerusalem. Our number 2 destination, the Dome of the Rock. Just look at it. That magnificent golden dome shining in the sun. A masterpiece of Islamic architecture. Known to Muslims as the Haram al-Sharif, the noble sanctuary. To Jews as the Temple Mount. One of the most contested and revered places on earth. Not a mosque, a shrine. Built in the late 7th century to house the foundation stone. That stone is where cultures converge and diverge. For Muslims, the Isra and Miraj, the Prophet's ascent. Third holiest site in Islam, after Mecca and Medina. Standing here is standing at the center of Muslim faith. The energy of millions of pilgrims is palpable. Intricate tilework and Quranic calligraphy lift the soul. For Jews, the Temple Mount is the holiest place, site of the first temple and the second temple. The foundation stone marks the Holy of Holies, the spot of creation, the place tied to Abraham's sacrifice, the spiritual center in Judaism. This convergence makes Jerusalem unique and volatile. The dome symbolizes that complexity, built over ruins of a people's most sacred site. Understand Jerusalem by its layers of history, conquest, and faith. A narrow alley reveals the Golden Dome, breathtaking. It's visible from almost everywhere. It draws you in. The courtyard, families, children playing, people praying, resting under olive trees. Devotion and community life. Cultural diversity converges here. Alleyways hum with many languages. Christian pilgrims on the Via Dolorosa. Jewish families heading to the Western Wall. Muslim shopkeepers calling out, all under the dome's silent, shining watch. More than a building, a symbol of beauty, profound faith, and overlapping histories. Pinnacle of Islamic artistry, deepest point of Jewish longing. Culture, religion, and history layered together. One powerful, consequential story. And so we come to it. Our number 1 cultural spot in Israel. We're in Jerusalem, in the heart of the Old City, below the Temple Mount. We are at the Western Wall. The Kotel. This is it. More than a wall. The heartbeat of the Jewish people. The most sacred accessible place for Jews in the world. An outer retaining wall of the Second Temple, destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE. For 2,000 years of exile, this was the closest site to the temple. It became a symbol of unbreakable connection to Jerusalem. Look at the people here. Soldiers in uniform, young students, old rabbis with long beards, families celebrating a bar mitzvah, tourists from Asia, Europe, America, people of all faiths. The air is thick with the sound of prayer, a low hum that vibrates through you. The tradition of writing notes and placing them in the cracks is centuries old. Close up, thousands of paper notes, millions every year. The wall is divided into a men's section and a women's section. Men's side, fervent prayer, dancing, and singing. Women's side, quiet but intense devotion. The wall has stood through empires, Ottoman, British, Jordanian. From 1948 to 1967, Jews were forbidden from coming here. The moment paratroopers reached the wall in 1967, iconic and emotional. The plaza is a cultural crossroads, celebrations and solemn remembrance. It's also a place to sit, think, and simply be. The Western Wall is our number 1 because it's the ultimate destination of the heart. To touch these stones is to touch 2,000 years of history. This is the powerful finale I promised you. And there you have it. From the life-giving waters of the Galilee to the eternal stones of the Western Wall. 5 places, 5 stories, 1 unbreakable spirit. This has been more than just a countdown. It's been a journey into the very heart of a culture defined by resilience, faith, a deep, powerful love for this land. We've seen places of incredible beauty, of profound history, and of raw, unfiltered emotion. Each one tells a piece of a much larger story, a story that is still being written every single day. Now, I want to hear from you. The journey doesn't end here. Of the 5 places we visited today, which one calls to you the most? Which story resonated with your spirit? Would you float in the Dead Sea, climb the fortress of Masada, or stand in quiet reflection at the Western Wall? Drop a comment below and let me know which destination you would love to visit. Let's keep this conversation going, because sharing these stories is what it's all about. This is how we connect. This is how we learn. Thank you for joining me on this incredible adventure. It's been an honor to share this journey with you. We have so many more journeys to take, so many more stories to tell. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and never stop exploring.